Our topic today is going to be about motivation and legacy.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. Not There Yet podcast with myself, PDJR. Today, I have special guest, the Beast of the Valley, Superman of Compton, CT Fletcher, the man himself, and my parents, D Crow and Mama Jen.
Right. Howdy.
Well, it's definitely good to see your face. It's been a while since I got to talk to you. How are you doing?
It has been a while. It has been a while. You know, the old man is still here, still blessed. And you the topic for today is motivation. And I want to share a little story with you. I have no idea how I became a motivational speaker. That's that's a mystery to me, because my first YouTube video was The Strongest Man You Never Heard Of. And in that very same video, I told people, if you don't like what I'm saying, just turn me the F off. And I'm still bewildered by the fact that people kept listening after that. Somebody told me that, I would have turned them off, and that would have been it.
Well, I'd have to say, just from us, you really helped me and my dad out, and our whole family actually, just to do better with our getting physical, getting fit and working out, and staying motivated. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
I see you training with your dad. You guys still train together?
I don't live at home anymore. I live in a different city, so I still.
So the answer is no.
Yeah. No.
Long distance.
It's been a while, but no, I still do some fitness stuff, and I don't have a good workout partner like I used to, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right. No partner like dad, though.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you have going on right now? What's new?
Oh man, what don't we? Since the pandemic hit, we cut our traveling almost down to zero. I'm doing a expo in Arizona next month, and that'll be the first one since the pandemic hit. It's my doctors are afraid because the heart transplant, I'm very immunocompromised, so they don't want me, trying to keep me from getting COVID, because it could be a lot worse for me, because they don't work. The shots don't work on me anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but they don't work on me. So
yeah,
I hear they ain't work real good on everybody else, but they ain't doing nothing for me. So I've been staying around the house a lot. We got a lot of things in the works. Iron Wars was a great success again this year. A lot of strict trail competitions. We have a our first drug tested competition coming up on the 6th of next month. So even though I ain't traveling a lot, we still working.
Still doing it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I saw some really good new merch you got coming out too.
Right.
Lion face.
Oh
Awesome.
boy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was
that.
like, oh, I want that.
And I can go ahead and tell you, because my husband doesn't know, but I got it for him for his birthday. So
now see,
I saw him looking
a wife that knows to get you what you really want is rare. Cause you usually get.
I saw him looking at it yesterday, and I was thinking, don't do it.
Yeah, you get a pair of socks. You get tired of socks and stuff. Something that's kind of cool for our birthdays. Yeah, she knows them. She knows her husband, so that's fantastic. So you don't have to fake a smile when you open your gift. This is nice. Yeah.
Well, it's still gonna look good because it says it's gonna be autographed by you, so he'll still be happy. We got stuff all over the house. I always get those autographed things. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. Get that free card.
Right.
Oh man, and thank you so much for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I get that that Planta, the chocolate caramel. I get that a lot. That's like my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't endorse stuff that I don't actually use or actually believe in. And Plant is some good stuff, man. It really is. So I use it every day. And chocolate caramel candy bars taste pretty dark going good.
Good stuff. Yes, it is.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to get into talking about because you mentioned about you didn't realize that you were going to become a motivational speaker, right? So when you were younger, what was it that was the motivation for you? What gave you that?
You know what? I believe that people that are really driven, you're gonna hear my grandkids yelling and screaming.
Oh, that's fine.
I believe that people that are really driven know it from a very young age. I think I knew, I can, as far back as I can remember, I knew that I always wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like everybody else. Even in, grade school, kindergarten, as far as I can remember, I always wanted to stand out and be different in some way. I didn't know exactly what it was back then, but I knew it was going to be something physical.
Mm-hmm. Well, that you definitely do, Pop.
Yes.
You definitely do that.
That was it. I think it's a drive or something that's almost from birth that you have in you, that I just don't want to be like everybody else. You can tell.
I feel you there. I wanted to make a comment on something you said earlier, because you were talking about your first recording, and where you were saying not to listen. Well, I think I've told you this before, but I'll say it openly, publicly, is that when I used to hear him play it, I couldn't stand it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I'm like, why are you having me listen to this man? What's wrong with you? But you have been such a big inspiration in our family in so many different ways. And where I first recognized what a wonderful human being you are is when we went to Far, Texas to see him. We drove down there. We stood out there, and they were telling you, because of your health, no, you got to go. And you were like, no, these people have been standing there, because I was burnt. I was sunburnt. we had a son get sick in the heat and everything. Like, we were there to see you. And you still, when they were trying to rush you off to the airport, you were like, no, they've been waiting. You took a picture with us. That spoke a multitude to me over what I'd heard my husband playing around the house when they were playing out.
That's so funny, dog. Yeah, because you did tell me that before. And that your reaction to me is normal. That is the reaction I expect, most people to have to me, because I never tried to be appeal to everybody. That I knew I wasn't going to appeal to everybody. I just wanted the heart. My grandson he wanted to join the interview. So I knew I was never going to appeal to the general population or a whole lot of people, but just the people that were crazy enough and out there enough. I thought maybe I had something that a small niche that I call iron addicts would stay tuned, but I never expected to have a couple million people say, hey, I'm crazy as this guy is, because you got to be kind of crazy to listen to CT Fletcher. Hey, big man. Yeah, you want to do
and those listening, if you haven't been to an Iron Wars, you got to go.
Oh, hi.
Man. You can't have
just like another one that we've seen.
Man, he looks a lot like Samson. Is that Samson?
Yeah.
All right.
That's Kato.
Kato.
Nice. We're up to 8 grandchildren now, Pop.
Oh boy.
And you're like Uncle Pop Fletcher to our kids, so now you got Uncle Pop Fletcher.
Just add another Pop.
Yeah, just add another Pop.
8, man. We got 18 grandkids over here. 18.
Oh, man.
Well, you're almost caught up to the amount of kids we have, so you're one more.
Almost.
Once man. That's going to change.
Yeah,
definitely. So we've heard you talk a lot about your relationship with your parents, and I just want to say, or ask, should I say, how does that fit into what you're doing today, as far as like how it still motivates you or affects your thinking?
Well, I had a very tumultuous or rough relationship with my dad. I mean, I made no bones about that. We didn't get along at all. But you know, I managed before he passed away. I thought actually that I was going to pass away before him at the time. So I didn't, you know, I carried the burden of hate for a long time. My dad got up in church and he told, my dad was a preacher, by the way. He was a pastor at his own church. And he told the whole congregation that out of his children, his eight children, that me and him, that's the one I hate. And when he said he hated me, I was like, hey, no problem, girl. I hate your ass too. So we even, right?
Yeah.
We even. But you know, it went on like that for many years. He was 85 years old before he passed, and I was about to have a heart transplant. I said, well, you know what? This old dude ain't gonna never say he's sorry. And that's what I was waiting on, you know. I was waiting my whole life to hear him say he was sorry. Everything would have been forgiven if I could have just got that. It ain't gonna happen, and I'm about to die. So let me go over here and tell him that I'm sorry. So I went over and I apologized to him. I said, Pops, you know, I've been carrying this around for a long time, and I'm sorry. You know, I'm 58 years old. I'm getting ready to have a heart transplant. I don't know if I'm making it or not. I want you to know that I'm sorry for any trouble that I might have caused you. And he graciously accepted my apology. And that was it. He said, okay. That was it. But it made me feel a lot better.
Yeah. It's good that you got to do that, you know.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
And, you know, before I got the transplant, he passed away.
Remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the conversation that we had when we went up there, and which I cherish dearly in my heart, the conversation that we got to have. And I still hold it. I'm always
absolutely. I remember also. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I keep you close as a dad at heart, you know, thinking, you know, you remember my dad passed, gave me that watch, and that meant a lot to me because there's no, I mean, you're a great father, especially in the background you came from. It's good you turned your life in a different direction, and that's applaudable. And I know how much your mom meant to you too. I've seen some of your videos, so people can really check out your relationship with your family. What's the video called? I don't remember. The one where you talked about it.
Well, I think My Magnificent Obsession, the movie, is probably got the most in depth, you know, about my mom and our relationship. She was my rock. She was the one that you know, got me through mentally. If it wasn't for her, I'd be even crazier than I am now. She did it, and you know, when she passed away, I started a foundation, the O.G. Fletcher Heart Foundation, in her honor, because you know, her and all 9 of her brothers and sisters all passed away from heart problems. My older brother passed away from heart problems. It was my turn. My time was up. But to honor my mom, who was probably the humblest, most sacrificing, most giving human being, definitely human being that I've ever met. You know, she lived her whole life in service of others. If you needed, you know, a nickel and she had a dime, you had a nickel. If you needed her whole dime, you had that too. And she'd give it to you with a smile on her face. So to honor my mom, who had a 3rd grade education, never made it past the 3rd grade, because she had to go and pick cotton in the field with the rest of the kids. To honor her, make sure her memory lived on, I named the O.G. Fletcher Heart Foundation after her.
Is there a excuse me, is there like a link or something you can share so that way people can maybe want to donate to that cause?
Yeah, you know, there is. It's not up now, but if you go to ctfletcher.com, there'll be something about it on the main website. And everything that I'm doing is on, you can find a link to it at ctfletcher.com.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely. So all you viewers out there, go check it out.
Right.
Yeah, go check it out and support, because it's awesome when a son can do that.
Right.
And she may not see it, but people like us do, and we appreciate it.
As well as your family, your
Yeah.
grandchildren, all them.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
down.
You know, I like to think that she's smiling. You know, I like, because the reason I say that is because you know, like, as you guys know, I flatlined 5 times, and during one of those flatlines, it was so visual, and you know, I didn't know that I had flatlined the first 3 times because it was during surgery, and my doctor told me afterwards, you know, that we had to fight really hard to get, and he didn't even know why I flatlined, but he said we had to fight really hard to get you back those 3 times. And during that surgery, when I came out, I said, man, I remember seeing my mom, and I remember her just pleading and praying and pleading with to this super bright light. She was praying and crying, and all she was doing was asking for more time for her son. She just asked for more time for me. So I kind of think that the other side was trying to get me away from here, and mom stepped in, you know, and made what they call an intercessory prayer. And I believe that's the reason I'm here. So if I believe that, then I gotta believe she knows what's going on, and she got a smile on her face when she sees the Ocean Fletcher Heart Foundation.
Yeah, definitely. So what is that? How does that play? Like your relationship with your parents? How did that play into your relationship with your children?
Oh man, well, my dad gave me the blueprint on what not to do, and my mom gave me the blueprint on what to do. So that's how that played in there.
Yeah, I've seen well, when we were with the Iron Addicts brand, when my dad was a rep for it for a little bit, when you still had that back in the day. I always enjoyed seeing you with your son working out, and it reminded me of us because, you know, we were doing that too. So it's great to see that, because, you know, a lot of sons out there don't have their fathers actually teaching them properly and training them. And the fact that us as sons can look up to our fathers and know that, you know, it's a great man, and that, you know, we can be like them, and they're our superheroes. So, you know.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because, you know, Samson's been following me to the gym since he was a little kid. I bring him, you know, to the gym with me when he was a toddler. So, but as strange as it may seem, after the stories you hear about me and my dad, I really looked up to my dad. I thought my dad was a superhero. I thought, as crazy as our relationship was, I did think that Buddy Fletcher was indestructible. I thought he was mean as hell, but also, you know, the toughest and strongest person I knew. So there was, and you know, they tell me that I sound like a preacher sometimes. So I guess he did rub off on me a little bit.
Yeah, we carry a piece of them. Yeah. we each carry a piece of the impressions left on us by the people who raise us and teach us. So, you know, even if the relationship is not good or it's not as great as you'd like it to be, you can still take positivity from that and use it for others and to be
absolutely. Yeah.
So, you know, that's good.
Are you guys still lifting, Pop? I mean, I know that you were saying before you weren't doing heavy lifting. I know because of the
well, when I do, right, it's so light that, you know, I almost don't even count. I almost want to say no when somebody asks, but I go out there. The main thing for me now is cardio. The bad word, you know, that's the main
cardio.
That is the main job for me, is to try to do that. So I'm trying to walk, you know, 3-4 times a week. I'm actually want to walk 7 days a week, but I have complications from my medications for the heart that make it difficult, but not impossible. So, and then I get out there in the backyard and lift very light weights.
Well, it's still good to know that you're doing that. You're still staying active. I still remember the video you put out where you ran and you fell. Oh man, when I first saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, is he okay? I was like,
Yeah.
man. Geez,
You don't put that out there for us to see. We're way over here. You're way over there. I just want to go and check on you.
Right.
I'm like, man, you're all right.
Well, yeah, that's where the crazy part comes in, But I when I did that, I actually thought that I was going to make it all the way across the parking lot. About 3 steps in, I said, uh-oh. Or 3 steps in, after the first 3 steps, I was doing nothing but putting on brakes, trying to stop, man. Because I knew I made a mistake. As soon as I said, uh-oh, this is not going to go so good.
And
so all the rest
how'd your family talk you into sharing that video?
Oh no, I wanted to share it because I wanted to show people, falling down, everybody does that, but it's the getting back up.
Right.
That's the part. That's the part right there. So yeah, I fell down. I fell flat on my face. Yeah, I looked like an idiot when I did it, but I got back up.
Yeah,
that's the important part.
Definitely glad you did.
Yeah, and we got to enjoy the Iron Wars that following year after that when you were all better, and you've always been so kind to our family and treated us like your own family. So
I consider you guys family. Yeah, I would be on this podcast if I didn't. I tell you.
It's the beauty of family, when you saying that, and it warms my heart just hearing you say that. So I'm always grateful.
Oh, you guys are family to me. Eh?
You have a place in our heart as that capacity, Pop.
It's mutual. The feeling is mutual. That's my daughter. That's my son.
And you got lots. And
that's my grandson.
Lots of grandkids. Grandkids, great grandkids. They're just gonna keep rolling. Let me tell you.
We were kind of hoping that Samson would have been able to join too.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the boys corralled. That's a job. That is a job. Trust me. And one got away from him for a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grateful that you're still doing okay, and I've always told you that I'm always praying for you, and then I do every day.
And you know what? I appreciate them prayers, because like my mom used to say, prayer changes things.
Definitely. That is so true. What words would you give to someone right now who's kind of struggling with, self-doubt, or they're lacking in their motivation? What would you tell them?
I always, everybody is not religious, and I'm not religious. I was brought up in a very religious home, but I believe in God. Mm-hmm. Definitely, there's a difference between religion and believing in God. And I would tell them to find something outside of themselves, because a lot of people rely on just themselves, and God is available 24/7. He's on call, and I wouldn't tell them how to pray, but I tell them to pray. And whatever words you want to put it in, however you want to say it, because his ears is always open and he's listening. So just pray. I would say pray, man. That's the most important thing.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's good.
I agree.
Right.
I concur. All say aye and vote yes.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're busy, so I really appreciate you doing this with us, and we hope to get more people to go check out your website and check out what you're doing and support you, because you support us even by just being a motivator and speaking the truth and just helping people when you can. I know it's a lot on a person to be that for a lot of people, but you do it, and you do it well. And so, I just want to say thank you for that. And, I hope that we can see you real soon.
I want to ask you a question before I leave, and that is, why not there yet?
So the idea is that we're all on a journey, and a lot of us have ideas of what we want to do, who we want to be, what we want to accomplish. And so that's what not there is. Like, we're not there yet, and we got to keep striving for that. We got to keep working for it, keep building for it. And so that, you know, that's the message that I want to share as motivation to others, and hopefully it inspires them to dig deep in their lives, get to know themselves, and, you know, do what they want to do and get it done, you know, be a positive influence in the world.
Junior, that's powerful. I love that, Junior. That's a powerful message you have there, and hopefully millions of people hear it one of these days. That is fantastic. Because I ain't there yet either.
Yeah, you're not. I'm really sorry. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Pop.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I appreciate everything that you've done, CT. I appreciate all that you still continue to do, and you still stay motivated, and you give us that drive as well. And we keep on fighting every day.
Thank you. Senior, keep them prayers coming. Daughter, you make sure you keep them prayers coming.
I will do.
And Junior, if you say a prayer, make sure you include the old man.
Oh, definitely, I will.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day, Pop.
You too. Love you guys.
Love you
too.